Alrighty, it's a beautiful day to be an MMA fan and a beautiful day to be at the MMA house. Alright, now those of you who are obviously close enough personally to me, I rock with Ben Askren. That's one of my guys. Um, Ben Askren is obviously getting ready for this matchup with Jake Paul right now, and a lot of people, for some reason, are counting him out and doubting him. He's actually the underdog in this fight. If you wouldn't believe that. Now, for me, I find that interesting. I'm definitely going to put some money on Ben Askren. I find it interesting also that Dana White put $1 million on Ben Askren. Particularly interesting when most of his fighters don't make anywhere near $1 million for their fights. So just go figure. Imagine Dana White making $1 million off of this, or $2 million, because Jake Paul actually went on Twitter. Now I will read the tweet. This video is not going to be about Jake Paul, but I'm going to read this post real quick just to see what you guys think. And also, if there's topics that you guys want to hear about, always just put it in the comments. Drop a comment and let me know what it is you want to talk about, what you want to be discussed. It's something interesting, and then we'll figure out a way to drop a video on that. But what Jake Paul was saying, and I quote, Dana, let's double the bet up, 2 million. We wire the money into an escrow, 4 million total. Winner takes all. My team will be in touch to make contact. After I knock out Ben, we can set up a Jake Paul versus Dana White 2021 since you consider yourself a boxer and me a YouTuber. End quote. So Jake Paul is coming at Dana White's head now, saying, not only do I want to up this ante on your bet, but after that, I want to fight you. Now, personally, win, lose, or draw, I would love to see Dana White box Jake Paul. Whether he beats Ben Askren or not, if Jake Paul just set up a matchup between him and Dana, then he's a genius. And he's a genius for actually trying. I mean, who wouldn't buy that? Dana White he's been rumored to have agreed to boxing matches in the past. Obviously, Tito Ortiz, while Tito was in basically his prime, you know. So who are you going to take in a boxing match, Tito Ortiz or Jake Paul? Not saying whatever you choose is wrong or right. I personally would pick Tito Ortiz. But anyways, what I really want to discuss is the possible return of Ben Askren. Because if you watch this video here on MMA Junkies, which you may or may not have already done, you maybe can see that Ben is alluding to a possible comeback for himself, a possible return. I even learned a couple things about Ben that I already knew, but just didn't put into perspective. So he's a world class athlete in 4 different sports. Three of them being combat sports, jiu-jitsu, which I absolutely love, and I want to get way more into it than I am now. Wrestling and MMA, obviously. And along with that, he's world class in disc hockey, whatever that is. I don't know, but it sounds pretty damn cool. Okay, just to be world class in 4 different sports shows a level of competitive juices, a level of competitiveness, and that that is, to me, that's just, it's the first thing you need to mention if you're gonna hate on Ben, or it needs to be the last thing. And that's what I mean. If you're gonna sit up here and hate on Ben, before you do that or after you do that, you need to mention that he's a world class athlete in 4 different sports, 3 of which are combat sports. Okay. Now, he took a little jab at Mike Perry in this interview, which I loved. Let's listen to a little tidbit. This isn't the part where he comes in Mike Perry. He pretty much just said he might sell his corner spot to somebody like Mike Perry has done, which he said was genius, and that Mike Perry doesn't get a lot of things right, but he got that right pretty much. I maybe not get the exact wording, but that's pretty much what he was saying. Which leads me to my next point. Would you guys love to see a Ben Askren versus Mike Perry? I would love that. Ben Askren, he beats Jake Paul. Maybe then he beats Logan Paul. Like he said, maybe then he takes a match against Logan Paul. Then he beats him. Okay. Now he's back and his health is back up. His cardio's up. He's feeling good. His hands are even a little bit better now. And obviously he's world class on grappling. So you take a world class grappler versus a brawler, a striker versus a wrestler. Boom. We got a great clash right there. The story, I feel like this fight sells itself. Any MMA fan, I believe, would be drooling to see this matchup. If not, let me know what you guys think. But I would personally love to see Ben Askren return, and I would definitely love to see him go against Mike Perry. If he could, particularly if he can get himself on a win streak, I mean, what are we talking? If Ben Askren would have won that fight against Masvidal, he would have gotten the title shot. Let's not forget that. Okay? Let's not forget that. Now, Ben is alluding to the fact that he's feeling better than he expected to feel after this hip surgery. That if he knowed he would have felt like this, he would have gotten this hip surgery years ago. So check out this little clip real quick. I'm just gonna play a few seconds.
Second time from the UFC, I said I will never do this as a job, as a profession. If an interesting offer came about, and again, I thought it would be a mixed martial arts, maybe that I would probably take that opportunity. This came about, I took the opportunity. So I'm not gonna say like it's never gonna happen again. I don't envision this to be the way I earn my livelihood moving forward.
Okay, so he doesn't envision boxing being the way he makes his money moving forward. But he did say in his mind he was envisioning a possible MMA return, but this opportunity just happened to come up first. So in my opinion, he's leaving a clear opening for a return to the MMA world. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. I've been commenting with you guys back and forth. Some of you guys, I'm all about that. If you guys don't agree with something I say, go ahead, put it in the comments. I'll respond to it. And I might not agree with you, and I might come at you, but hey, that's what we're gonna do. And everything will be respectful, just like I keep respectful with the fighters. But if you don't know what you're talking about, don't come on here talking crazy, okay? If you have something that is legitimate and you can explain what you're saying logically, it doesn't have to be the same thing that I'm thinking. I'll still respond and I'll be respectful. But don't troll. Don't come on, and if you don't know MMA, don't come on here talking about it, okay? So MMA House on MMA Block and MMAville, we keep it real.